Welcome to episode 133 of Regen Rovers. I promise you, it's not all doom and gloom. And I'll tell you why it's not all doom and gloom. We're in mid-table. After 7 games, we've actually got a game in hand as well, so we might be higher than 12th come the end of today's match. 10 points, 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 defeats. We did lose the first 3 games of the season, predictably. Of course, in the last episode you saw us get mutilated by Arsenal. There were some positives in a 2-1 defeat against Man United, but we conceded 7 goals again against Spurs away from home, and something's not right away from home. The away tactic just isn't working because we actually conceded 3 penalties in this game. 2 were scored, 1 saved by Adrian Smith, but that is just ridiculous. I noticed we had the get stuck in thing on, and I think that probably was the problem, but still to concede 5 penalties in 2 away games, ludicrous. Regen Rovers got sent off in the 33rd minute, which made it very difficult for us, although we did actually manage to pull it back to 2-2 miraculously at half time, but we fell apart in the second half. The one positive from this game is Sean Lawler managed to score 2 goals. Look at the statistics though, look at that, 38 shots to Spurs for 4 for us. Awful. It was a nice finish from Lawler in the end. I don't know what the keeper was doing, but a nice through ball, and Lawler stuck. I think I'm thinking of the second one was actually a slightly better from him. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah, they tore us apart. We were down to 10 men. It was always going to be difficult playing the second half with 10 men. I had high hopes because we managed to pull it back to 2-2, and I was thinking, oh, maybe this away tactic won't be so bad after all. But we just don't know how to defend it. Yeah, this is the goal I'm thinking was. It was lovely. Really nice work from Sean Lawler. We managed to get our first win of the season against Brighton. As you can see, 3 home games in a row, including a League Cup match. We were brilliant. Completely brilliant. Mark Ball got sent off in the second half for a bit of a rash challenge, but we still managed to score another couple goals after that. First goal was a brilliant free kick from Jerry Shriver, our Dutch left back. Luke Clark managed to get his first goal for the club, our new right winger. He cut inside, actually hit it on his weaker left foot. Nice finish, keeper managed to get something to it but couldn't keep it out. Howard Flanagan managed to get a third for us. It was a fairly equal game, as you can see. Very equal game, 50-50 possession, 10 shots each, 2 clear-cut chances each. Nice finish from Flanagan for the third. But we were just clinical in front of goal, really. Alan Stewart came off the bench and managed to get his first goal of the season. Always good to get your strikers scoring, isn't it? Nice work from us, just keeping possession. Charlery out wide to Shriver, and he managed to get a goal and 2 assists in this game. Really great performance from our left back. We followed that up with a 3-0 win against Colchester United in the League Cup. Deretich Philip Thomas scored his first ever goal for the club, our young 17-year-old centre-back, and Alan Stewart scored from the penalty spot before a 2-1 win against Norwich in the league at home. Alan Stewart scored for the 3rd game in a row, 3-3 for him. Really good stuff, taking advantage of the fact that Mark Ball was suspended. Luke Clark drove at the back line, but it was all about Stewart. Brilliant finish from outside the box with his left foot right into the corner. And Kavcic scored a rare goal. Important to get him off the mark because he had a poor season on his first season for the club last year, but this was really pleasing because he is our 4th choice striker, really. But it was a nice finish right into the bottom right hand corner. And then a 0-0 draw away from home against Chelsea, and this is when I went with the home tactic. I thought enough is enough. It's clearly not working trying something different away from home. Let's just revert back to the home tactic and pray that it works away from home. And it did. We got a 0-0 draw. Our record transfer, Kefren Rios, got man of the match, 7.4 rating from him, and we kept a clean sheet for the first time in the league this season. Followed that up with a very comfortable 5-0 win away from home against Alton. That is expected against very weak opposition. As you can see, I made some changes. We saw the likes of Thomas Gregory play from the under-18s and someone else. Oh yeah, Reece Guppy and Ben McDonald at right back. All 3 of them from the under-18s. Mark Ball did play though. I wanted to get him off the mark because he hadn't scored up to this point, and he scored 2 goals. Serenity scored a penalty. I was hoping Okoye would take it, but I'd wandered off. I went to do some washing up, if I'm honest, during this match. Just left it to its own devices. And because Okoye's not in the first team anymore, he's not on the penalty list, so Serenity took it and he scored. Will Loader got his first goal for the club. our centre-back that we signed. He's back from injury, and Charlery as well. But against very weak opposition, everyone should be scoring, really. We should be winning that game 10-0. But a really good 1-0 win at home against Everton. It was an own goal that gave us the victory. We didn't play particularly well, but we were solid at the back. Another clean sheet. Really good stuff. Unfortunately, we crashed out of the League Cup against Everton, though. Second game in a row that we took them on at home. Massio managed to get us back into it with 2 headed goals from corners. Was it 2 headed goals? Well, he scored twice from corners anyway, but unfortunately they came alive in the last 10 minutes and managed to get through to the 4th round of the Cup, so that's a little bit disappointing. So today for you, I have Blackburn Rovers at home. Hopefully we can continue our impressive home record. We've only lost once in the league at home, which was against Man United. And we lost in the League Cup as well. Doesn't quite count. No, I'm not counting that. And we're also going to take on bottom of the table Leeds away from home. And I'm going to hope that the away tactic can do the business and get our first ever away win in the league. We're still looking for it. I'm desperate. We've played Blackburn a few times because they were in the Championship with us. They might even have been in League One with us. I can't really remember. But we've beaten them 5 times, drawn twice, and then they've only beaten us once. So we've had a very good record against them. They're 15th. We're 12th. If they win, they overtake us on goal difference. Our goal difference isn't great because of the start of the season, of course. We are really playing catch-up. This is the team I'm going with. Smith in goal. Regen Rovers, he's back from suspension and injury. And he's basically won his place back because Savic just hasn't played well. He's only got a 6.44 rating in the last 5 games. That's awful. Rios and Loader. The first time you get to see my preferred centre-back partnership. Our 2 deadline day transfers playing alongside each other. Shriver at left back, who's had a good season really, apart from the very start when we collapsed, of course. Clark, Flanagan, Barnes and Nunez. I've gone with Nunez instead of Časakovic today. And Mark Ball and Lawler up front with Stewart on the bench, who is our joint top goal scorer with Sean Lawler. Let's see what we can do then. Now, I haven't looked at the comments of the last video because I'm almost certain that people will be saying, do this, do that. I will take a look at them after this video, but I didn't want to kind of go into this being influenced. I just want to do my own thing in this episode because we've picked things up. It's not all doom and gloom, I promise you. We've had a good spell and we're in mid-table, and I'm hoping a couple of good matches today. Some goals for you from our point of view, not from the opposition point of view. And we've kept a couple of clean sheets recently. We've certainly improved. Let's go. We're at Luton Town Stadium, of course, these days. The old Google Maps will return, I think, when we're finally back in Winchester. Just doesn't seem quite right doing the whole Google Maps with it not being at Winchester. I know we travel from Winchester, but this doesn't seem quite right. Anyway, here we go. First highlight of the game. And I've also said I'll do a Paul's Big Day Out at some point, but I've never been to Blackburn, so it's not going to be a Paul's Big Day Out. My uncle was born in Blackburn. Fact of the day. Didn't live there very long. Moved down to Chelmsford, I think probably only when he was about 2, to be honest, as Sean Lawler fires that wide. But yeah, my grandparents were there for a couple years. Anyway, off we go again with a throw-in. A lot of highlights seem to start with throw-ins. And here's Lawler! Oh, lovely finish from outside the box. His 4th goal of the season, a goal from nothing. Shriver with the assist, although he didn't really have to do much, did he? He just threw the ball to Lawler, who did the rest. I think that could be a goal of the season contender. Really, look, he ran. This player just couldn't catch up with him, and it's a lovely strike from outside the box. Of course, he scored the goal of the season last year, didn't he? With a spectacular strike. And here's another highlight starting with a Shriver throw-in. Well, probably about 75% of our highlights start with a throw-in. Here's Rios to Lawler. No, Loader. Our new centre-back. Smith fires it out. It was an adventurous ball looking for Clark, but Flanagan stepped in here and won it back. Here's Dave Barnes on loan from Arsenal. Oh, great ball from Lawler. Mark Ball! Good save by the keeper, Nunez. Good block. That was a much needed block from the keeper, from the defender. Trying to spit my words out. It was a clear-cut chance for Nunez. He couldn't take it. Mark Ball still looking for his first league goal of the season, of course. Scored a couple in the Hampshire Senior Cup, but he's desperate for a Premier League goal. Here's Barnes into Flanagan. Back to Barnes. He swivels. Lots of time for him. Oh, that's a beautifully fed throw. Oh, that was a save by the keeper. Mark Ball with another clear-cut chance here. That was really weird. It didn't look like the keeper touched it, but he did. But what a sensational pass from Dave Barnes. That's the quality. You know, he's fighting to get into the England team, remember. He's got numerous under-21 caps for England, but he's not quite broken into the first team because Arsenal just didn't really play him very much. But it's been a positive first half so far. Blackburn haven't done very much so far, but there is a few minutes to go until half-time. Here's Clark running at the back line. It's a great ball to Lawler, who's definitely offside. Yeah, I saw the assistant put up his flag very early there. He's clearly... It's a great ball, but it's a great ball because Lawler is well offside. It made it easy for him to find. Here's another throw-in. Shriver to take it. Into Barnes, back to Shriver. Picked up a few assists already this season. Dave Barnes, all the way back to Rios. To Mark Ball. What's he doing there for? I have no idea. Loader. We're just being patient here. Here's Nunez. To Dave Barnes. Feeds it through to Lawler. See, this, you're seeing the beautiful football that we can play with some of these players. Nunez to Dave Barnes again. Flanagan. Back to Barnes. This is patient. This is wonderful. Nunez. Barnes. Flanagan. Oh, batters it well over the bar. He's scored a few long-range goals in his time. Oh no, Blackburn. Maybe they're going to have an opportunity to equalise before the half-time whistle. Here's Mbeti. Into Nunez. I didn't really look at the Blackburn team, to be honest, before starting this match. I presume they've got some decent players because they're in the Premier League. They went up last year. Oh, Shriver, great tackle. Dave Barnes to Lawler. Lawler, look at him go. That's an interesting ball, but Mark Ball he can't quite get there. Thought he was going to capitalise on a mistake, but he didn't. Barnes, plenty of highlights in this first half. Lawler turns. Oh, just wide again. Lawler, he loves a shot from the edge of the box, doesn't he? Well, maybe we should be winning by more than one goal. Well, we should be, really, because we created 2 clear-cut chances that we missed. But overall, pleasing. Well, we've been comfortable so far, but I'd love to... Oh, no. Why did I speak so soon? Going to bring on to Sakovic now. Mark Ball's not had a good day, has he? Just going to drop Lawler back a bit, see if that makes a difference. He's been basically doing that anyway. Seems to do that naturally. I'm going to go attacking. We deserve to win this game. We don't deserve to draw it, that's for sure. Well, this is frustrating. Corner to Blackburn. Woodman to take it. Puts it to the back post. Headed away by Loader. Mark Ball's after it. Now, can we counter? Come on, Mark Ball. Oh, look at him go. He's still running. What a run. Mark Ball, what can he do with it? He's got support. He's gone alone. It's off the post. So unlucky. Oh, it's back. Clark turns. Oh, into the keeper's hand. What a counter-attack from Mark Ball, and we just couldn't capitalise on it. We had so many men driving into that box. Been a very quiet second half. Flanagan's going to come off for Ramirez, and Cochrane's going to... actually, I'm going to throw Alan Stewart on for Clark. Going to push him forward and swap him with Mark Ball. Really sure if there's much else we can do. Got it on attacking. We're good at home, but Blackburn may have stolen a point here. We've been clearly the better team. They've scored from a set piece. We do seem to be fairly weak at defending free kicks, but I don't really know what to do defensively with free kicks. Not entirely sure what you are meant to do, what the best formula is. Maybe I should just change it because we can see quite a few anyway. Anything could be better. Blackburn passing it around here though. If we can steal it back, they were deadly on the counter, remember, with the pace. It's knocked through though. And oh no, a chance for no ball off the post. We're fortunate there. Well, we're not going to win at home today. It has been a frustrating second half. I think they've closed the door on us. Mark Ball though, is this a chance? Oh, good tackle in the end. Oh, great tackle, Henriquez. Rios, 10 seconds to go. I think this game's just going to fizzle out. We're going to end up with a point, which is better than the last episode, isn't it? That was dreadful. But there we go. Blackburn have stolen a point from us. We really should have won that with the chances we had and the dominance we had. But I'll say unlucky, because it was unlucky. Why's Flanagan switched off? He played poorly, actually. That's disappointing from him. Well, Sakovic has fractured his lower arm, which is a little bit of a blow. He could play through with equipment. £4,700. That's a relevant price. That doesn't matter. But long term, obviously, for his health, he should go and see a specialist. To be out for 5 to 6 weeks. We don't desperately need Sakovic. We've got Nunez. I think we got to do the right thing and send him to a specialist. I forgot to mention at the start of this episode, by the way, David Okoro is out for quite a long time. He's out for 2 to 3 months with a hip injury. It's his age. Needs a hip replacement, I think. But that's a bit of a shame for him. He's going to miss out on a lot of under-23 football, Hampshire Senior Cup football as well. He's already played once in the competition. But yeah, that's a bit of a blow. Lots of injuries. Just quite a few injuries this season. Fawkes is out as well with a hernia. Ribeiro, who's on loan, he did go out on loan to Portugal in the end. He picked up a pretty bad injury. So yeah, we are picking them up. Kuz, he's out. How long's he out for? 2 weeks. Loader's just picked up a little knock as well. Bit annoying, really. It's time for Ask the Manager then, and I'm going to answer 3 questions today. The first one's from Jacob Weller. He's asked, would you ever consider a series where you could only sign old men? 33-year-olds or something like that. Probably not, because one of the great things about Football Manager is producing youngsters, signing wonder kids, bringing through regens, etc. I suppose a short-term save, I could do that. It's an interesting challenge, but would it be a bit boring? You tell me. Let me know. Tom and Rachel's first dance. Yeah, I've answered a few of your questions. Thank you for always getting involved and watching. I hear you often talk about being green. What brought that on? Was it your love for walks and birds? I hear you mention at times. Also, what things do you do to stay green? Interesting question. Yeah, I do really care about the environment, the climate, animals, wildlife. I love birds. I've always loved birds from a young age, looking out the window and just looking at the birds that come into the garden. I think that's one of the things that inspired me, but I think it's just something within me. I just care. I care about... I mean, I'm not a vegetarian. I do like eating meat, but one of the things I do is try to not eat too much, because it is, meat production is pretty terrible for the environment. But in terms of wildlife, like wild animals, not just animals that we eat and produce, that's kind of a separate matter. They're not wild animals. But wild animals, massive decline in the UK. I think I saw something like hedgehogs. There were 50 million of them in the 1950s, and now there's an estimated 1 million. That is awful. And it's a similar story for a lot of wildlife, especially sort of mammals. Birds are kind of up and down. A lot of them are down, of course, in numbers, but some are up. Like the red kite, that's a success story. I'm going to bore you now. But yeah, no, I do care. I do care about it, and I think we all should. And we need to do something. The whole culture, the whole world needs to change, unfortunately, and I'm a little bit pessimistic about that happening, but we shall see. But if you just try and make little differences to your life, like try not to drive so much, for example, try and use a train, a bus, something, just little things can help. Try and walk. I mean, that's the best thing to do, walk if you can. Fortunately, I work from home. My wife walks to the train station and gets the train to work. That's great. Just things like that can really help, I think. And also just care about animals. Like, if you just care for animals. I just hate the idea of people mindlessly killing animals for fun. That is something that really, oh no. Do not like that at all. Third and final question. Chase Edwards. Have you ever managed a country in FM and played international games? Yes, I've done it on my channel. Like I said previously, I managed England on previous Regen Rovers series. The last year during the World Cup, I managed multiple international teams, just short-term series during the World Cup. There were like 5 or 6 mini-series. I managed Belgium back in FM 14, I think. So over the years, I have managed. I don't find it particularly interesting, I'll be honest, but I have done it. Let's move on to the Leeds United match. Made a couple changes then. One of them is forced. Well, 2 of them are forced actually. Tsakovic, of course, is injured now. Will Loader hasn't quite recovered, so I don't want to risk him today. So we are going to play Matteo at the back, Nunez on the left-hand side still. I suppose that's not a change. The other change I have made is Alan Stewart playing up front instead of Mark Ball. He's been a little bit disappointing in the league so far this season. He's picked up a couple assists, but he hasn't managed to score yet. So I'm going with Alan Stewart, who seems to be in form. Leeds going with a 4-4-2, just like us. And there's an old face you should recognise. Vitor played 3 seasons for us. We couldn't get him back this year on loan because Leeds want to play him in the first team. They were willing to talk to me about a transfer, but they wanted 41 million pounds. So yeah, no go for us. This chap's their best performing player so far this season. Looks really good. Paraguayan international. Got an Israeli international up front alongside one of the best names for a striker, Cameron Scorer. We've seen him a few times over the years because he's been around the block a lot, but he knows how to score goals. even though he's only got 8 on finishing. Tempted to drop Lawler back a bit, play as a deep line forward, just to create a link between the midfield and the attack. If we're going to win a game away from home, this is the one. They're in the bottom 3. I'm desperate to win away from home. It was a very encouraging 0-0 draw against Chelsea, showing that we can defend with the home tactic. Will it work today? Please, please. Throw-in opportunity. At Ray Henriquez to Clark. Back to Ray. Cuts inside. Passes it to Barnes. Dave Barnes. It's a dreadful pass. What is he trying to do there? And now they're just going to cut us open. Our high defensive line is a liability at times. Here's Ibarra. Cuts inside. What was Barnes trying to do? I just don't understand what that pass was. Chimura. Oh no, they've cut us open. They're round the back. I don't know how that didn't go in. There was 2 clear-cut chances for Leeds in there. Free kick though. And it's a great save by Adrian Smith. We've not had a good start to this game. We need to wake up. Demand more. Let's focus them. That's good. Here we go. Maybe a chance for us now. We're on the ball. Dave Barnes. We need a better pass from him this time. To Flanagan. Back to Barnes. Into Stewart. There we go. That's nice. He's found his man. Oh, Lawler loses it though. Wow, it was dispossessed really. He didn't lose it. Oh, where's Rios going? Scorer! Good save by Smith, but I have no idea what Rios was trying to do. They've had 3 clear-cut chances. They should be winning this game. We need to get rid of this corner. Good defending by Shriver. Well, we've not been in this game whatsoever, have we? Although we've had more possession, strangely. Here's Van Dijk for Leeds. Running backwards. Lawler's charging up after Vitor, but Vitor finds his man. And Leeds enjoying a bit of possession here. Mattia coming out of the defence. He's done well there. Barnes now. Need a good pass from him. It's over the top for Stewart. Stewart's through. Stewart! Clear-cut chance missed by Alan Stewart. Stewart big. Maybe we needed Mark Ball after all. Corner to Leeds. Crossed in back post. Probably going to let that run. It's just given an opportunity to Leeds. Vitor. Oh no, good defending, cleared. Stewart heads it on, but there's no one there alongside him because Lawler obviously is back defending. We need Stewart back defending corners really because he's big. Barnes, Nunez, back to Barnes. Can we create something here? Barnes, over the top for Stewart. Maybe second time. Oh, it's wide. A second clear cut. Was it a clear cut chance? Well, it looked like one. It's not. It's not gone down as a chance whatsoever, strangely enough. Why are we heading that? Oh, we're really lucky there. Matty could have just let that run out of play for a goal. There's just no common sense half the time. We're very fortunate to be 0-0 here. I mean, we should have scored a goal ourselves, but they should have 2 or 3, arguably. So what do I say at half time? I'm going to go for this again. Avenge. Midfield, there's a lot more to come. Defensively, I don't think I'll say anything defensively. Don't want to mess things up. Nunez has done nothing down the left, has he? Going to bring Cochrane on. Play him out of position on the left-hand side. He's a natural winger, though. Maybe Clark, actually. Cochrane can play on the right, Clark on the left. Let's go with that. And I'm going to swap Lawler and Stewart around. Oh, I'm nervous. It's just really tight, this game. Here's David. Oh, good defending. Rios back to Smith. And he's knocked it long, looking for Lawler. Headed away. Shriver steps in. Shriver bringing it clear. Oh, great ball to Lawler. He's got Stewart in the middle this time, surely. Oh, what a save. A second clear-cut chance for Stewart, but it was an incredible save by their goalkeeper. I'm bringing on Mark Ball. Lawler's going to play as the deep line. Actually, I'm going to play Mark Ball as a deep line forward. Flanagan's nervous. I'm going to bring Ramirez on for him. Cochrane and Clark are going to swap. I don't want to lose this game, but I really do want to win it away from home. So I feel like I have to take a risk. But here's Lawler. There we go. Thank you, Sean Lawler, our top goal scorer this season with his 5th goal of the season. It's another assist from Shriver. It's a long old throw into the box this time. That's a good throw. Lawler turns, he swivels and finishes. Keeper was on his knees. That is massive. Oh, please, let us hang on for this. I'm going to get both strikers to play deep line forward. We don't need to distribute quickly now. Can we hang on for our first ever away win in the Premier League? Please. Please, I'm desperate. I've not gone defensive. Although maybe that's not a bad thing. Here's Smith with a goal kick. Knocking it long. Headed away. Leeds looking to equalise. Vitor to Hogg. Two strikers putting a bit of pressure on, but they're dropping deep to help out the midfield now, really. Oh no, where's Matteo gone? Chamberlain! This is a goal. This is a goal. Oh, no. No! We can't win away from home. I said it wasn't all doom and gloom heading into this episode, but I'm starting to think maybe no, it's not. The home record is good. Direct. Distribute quickly. Smash it over the defensive line. I'm just so fed up of this. Shriver, another throw. It's all the Lawler. Barnes. Oh! Ramirez offside. Just injury time to go. Here's Clark. Turns into Mark Ball. Back to Clark. Come on. Clark. Great ball to Lawler. Lawler can't quite bring it down though. Cleared. If Leeds score now, that would be horrific. No. Oh, good save, Smith. They've had a four clear-cut chances. It could have been anyone's game, this. It's been exciting, actually, in a strange way. There's been plenty of chances. But it's made me think, well, we have to give the home tactic a go away from home. Perhaps I just need to make a few tweaks to it. I'm not entirely sure what, but I think we need to do something to... We have to do something to try and win away from home. If we can't beat bottom of the table Leeds away from home, we're never going to beat anyone away from home, are we? Just say unlucky. So close. 2-1-1 draws today. We should have beaten Blackburn. Leeds could have gone either way, let's be honest. They probably should have won it with the clear-cut chances, but we had the chances to win it as well. But that's the way it goes. They actually haven't won this season. 3 draws for them. We're in mid-table still. We're 12th after 9 games. I'm fairly happy with that. 3 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. If we keep that record up until the end of the season, we'll stay up. And we're over a quarter of the way there to safety, aren't we, I suppose. 40 points is the magic number. Next few games then. Wolves at home. They're having a good season, but home match. Gotta fancy ourselves. Gone to the wrong place there. Newcastle, then 2 away games, but they're against teams in and around us. I'm hoping we can at least draw those games. But when are we going to win our first away game in the Premier League? Is it ever going to happen? Are we ever going to win away from home? I think what I need to do is, I need to definitely have a deep line forward in there when we're playing away from home. And probably change the defensive, or perhaps bring the defensive line back. Just bring everything back a notch. Just tweak it slightly, see if that makes a difference and go on from there. That's the plan anyway. But yeah, thank you for watching today's episode 133. It's not all doom and gloom. 2 points today, a good 2 points. We've picked up wins. We're good at home. We've only lost 1 game at home this season in the league. It's just away from home. We're starting to improve. We'll get there in the end, I'm sure. Until next time, enjoy FM19. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you very soon.